Welcome to another edition of the Village Boy Podcast, and we're talking today about the WNBA and the draft that just recently ended. There's a lot of talk about this in the media, and the Village Boy thought, let's put a Village Boy spin on this conversation, which is pretty interesting. Um, this has been one of the most exciting drafts from when these players were in college. They generated a lot of buzz, rivalry, competition among each one of them. So going into this year's WNBA draft, the WNBA is the women's version of the NBA. There was going to be a lot of talent coming out of colleges, Iowa and the rest, and so but the talk is about salary, right? These women are making peanuts compared to the talents that they're bringing up into the WNBA. And the media is telling us there's a lot of outrage. I'm not one to buy into the media, but I decided that let's talk about this and try to understand what it is and what the outrage is about. We even had celebrity NFL quarterback Russell Wilson who said these women should be paid a fair wage. Uh, Russell, they should be paid from what pot of money? Where is this money sitting at that they should be paid? You're an NFL quarterback. You don't play to empty stadiums. You sell millions and millions of merchandise every year. You understand where your money comes from, my good sir. There's no money sitting somewhere that people are just gonna come take or sitting there and people are refusing to pay these women, this amazing women. Mr. Wilson, you understand economics, right? It's demand and supply. When the demand is high, right? There's equivalence of supply going in there, and the value of that product goes up because the demand is high. It's just basic economics 101. If people are demanding something, the demand for something is really high, they're willing to pay for what it is that they're demanding. So when people are coming to, if you were a terrible quarterback, you will not make the kind of money that you made in the NFL. The hundreds of millions that you've signed over the course of your career, you will not make that kind of money. My good sir, people are willing to pay that kind of money to you because you command that kind of market value. People are willing to pay money to see you play. Unfortunately, people are not willing to pay money to watch these women play. And that's what we need to change. It's not to say demand that there's outrage that these women are not paid a fair wage. We should be able to galvanize people to go to the stadiums, to the arenas, and pay money to watch these women display their talent. Right? That's what we need to do. That's where the money comes from. We should be able to encourage people to buy merchandise. We should be able to say, buy a jersey of this women. Buy anything that has this women's face. That's where the money comes from. And that's how they pay them, right? There's no money sitting in there. The NBA has by and large sponsored, right? The WNBA. The WNBA for the most part was on life support depending on the NBA, right? And so if it's going to be an independent league, which it should be in its own right, these women are very talented women, right? But we need spectators in the field, we need fans, we need people willing to spend their money to watch this money. And that is not something that you can force people to do. That is something that you encourage people to do. You're like, hey, you put this in people's faces, you remind them, you market, you advertise. People are going to eventually start buying the product. But you don't give people guilt trips, you don't force people, you don't say pay them a fair wage. It's not a job that has a salary, right? It's not a job that has a salary like a company that you come and then you do your job and then you get paid some kind of wage. And even at that, your market value in a company is dependent on a product that's being sold or a service that's being sold. And if the product or service is not sold, they're not going to have a need for you. It's simple economics. We're complicating this process, folks. And I'm surprised that a village boy is better able to understand this than all the economics that went to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and all of this fancy school. It's economics 101. People will pay to see what they want to see, and they will pay top dollars for it, right? And so that's it. the women are talented, but people just not interested to go watch women basketball. How do we then market women basketball in a situation where people, men and women, are willing to spend their hard-earned income to so that these women can earn the salary that is deserving of them? The talent that's coming out, I mean, the vibe, the energy that came out from this year's freshman class should not be paid that salary. I agree, but that's not what the market is saying, and the market does not care about what we agree or what we disagree. The market is saying that the customers are just not there to pay for this talent pool, and that's a waste because we're seeing our kids come through a cycle and getting wasted. Right? It's the same thing with the women's soccer, right? But now women's soccer is taking a turn. Women's soccer is coming to age. People are watching women's soccer, right? But we need to do the same thing. Do not guilt trip people into going into this and say, "Oh, pay them." No, let's market. Use your marketing abilities to get people in the stands. Use your marketing ability to get customers to buy jerseys. Use your marketing abilities to get people to want to travel to want to see these girls play. I trust you. Trust me, these girls are talented, and they need to be put in front of TV. They need to have TV rights and TV days where people watch them play. If we're not watching them play, we're not gonna go pay money to see them play. It's the same thing, and they're gonna be paid the peanuts that they're paying. But what do I know? I'm a village boy. I'm just looking at this thing and trying to understand and try to ration as a villager would. Thank you, my villagers, and let's stay connected. Have a blessed day.